Hi, my name is Emily Iannielli, and I am a male to female transgender girl. And in my third year now of transitioning, which is a good thing. It took me a long time to get to this point in my life, but I'm starting to feel much more comfortable in my skin, and I feel that it's a process and it's not easy. It takes a lot of to initially decide to transition is a big deal, and it's very hard sometimes to know exactly what direction you should go in. And I always knew deep down in my heart that I felt different, but I didn't know how to deal with it. Basically, I cross-dressed all my life. That was my way of dealing with the internal struggle that I had. Um, Plus, I was quiet and pretty shy person growing up, and I couldn't talk to anybody, especially my family or my friends, the very few that I had. But I tried to do what I could to manage and deal with the painful feelings that I had, and it was pretty hard. But I dealt with it the way I felt I could, um, and I felt very alone and isolated many times. But I did have the good fortune of being very conscientious with my schoolwork and also in athletics. So those were two things that gave me some direction in my life and helped me to cope. I got this nasty cold and I can't lick it. I'm gonna eat a little ice cream too. I'm kind of cheating my diet. This is my White Castle mug. Sometimes I get the crave, but I'm eating my vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry ice cream, which helps my throat. It's very good too. But anyway, I was very reclusive growing up, very secretive, and I really didn't know how to tell anybody. Basically, I dealt with it on my own terms. I didn't have anybody to talk to really, and I didn't know what to say anyway. How do you tell somebody, here you are growing up as a boy, but inside you don't feel that way? I was born a boy, but in my heart, I knew I wasn't. I knew I was a girl, and I knew that's what I was striving to be. I was always fascinated by girl clothes and dolls and anything that was feminine. That was me, and I couldn't, deny that. Uh, I tried to pretend and do the right things to live as a guy, but I didn't really feel that comfortable. You know, I have wonderful moments in my life as a guy. I married, and I still am. It's a little shaky, our marriage, but I still love my wife. And we have a son who I adore. He has his struggles with autism, but I'm there for him, and I'll do anything to help him. And he's one of my biggest supporters. He really helps me, and I help him as best I can. And I think it's important to teach my son to understand and accept people for differences they may have. You should always embrace diversity. Never judge people. You should always accept people with a loving embrace. And making friends is very important. And establishing meaningful and loving relationships help. And I've been fortunate to meet some nice people in person through support groups, and also very nice people on Facebook. And I think it's important to reach out. And, you know, we all need somebody to help. I couldn't feel the weight of all my problems. I needed people to talk to. That's why I see a psychiatrist. That's why I go to a therapist. Because I can't do it by myself. I have too many issues to deal with. I have a house that's killing me because the mortgage is like strangling me. And I'm behind on the mortgage. And the reason why is because I lost my job. And I lost it a couple of years back when I came out and started my transition from male to female. And I just wonder why people have a hard time understanding someone who's going through gender struggles. I mean, it doesn't seem right that we're judged so harshly. I mean, we're people. We have feelings. And I don't think it's fair. You know, I don't judge people. I don't tell them how they should live their life. I don't have any ill will or ill feelings towards anybody. And I would like to be treated just like them. You know, I'm a good person. I work hard. You know, I have some problems. I've gone to the depths of depression. I've been suicidal. I have gender dysphoria. I have financial problems. You know, I've done bad things. I got arrested for shoplifting. Big mistake. I'll never do it again. My first time, I was desperate. And that's the problem. When you're desperate, you do anything. You just have to realize that there is a help out there, but you have to know how to find it. It took me a long time to come to terms with my gender struggle. And I had to really figure out what to do. I really wasn't sure. But I knew that I wasn't happy. I was happy that I have a son, that I have a wife I care about. But I didn't feel happy inside. There was something not right. There was a hole there that couldn't be filled. And I always hated to pretend to be somebody that I wasn't. And it really was a hard thing to deal with. we try to make the best of the situation that we dealt with. And that's exactly what I did. And, I thought that I could do it. My intentions were never to transition, though I did want to over the years. But once I settled down and got married, I didn't think that I would transition. That was like the farthest thing from my mind. But things happen, and, I had to deal with that. And it propelled me in a different direction. And I realized that life is only lived once. And there's no point in being miserable your whole life. Sure, I had happy joys in my life. The birth of my son, our wedding day. Those are priceless. I'll never have beautiful experiences like that. But I also have things that weighed me down. My depression and my gender issues. I've always felt like I was a girl, and I can't deny it, though I tried all my life. And I felt not in control. I was very that's good. Just what I needed. I was very depressed. But I tried to keep a brave face. And I tried to do everything in my power to, do what I could. I needed to find a way to deal with my depression. I was in therapy. When I lost my dad to suicide, and my best friend, as he died prematurely in his sleep, I just went off the deep end. And I had to go into therapy. And after a year of therapy, I knew I was about 50, 51. And I knew then and there that the only choice I really had was to transition from male to female. And it wasn't an easy choice. I knew it was going to be hard to tell my family, especially my son. I didn't know how my wife was going to react, and I didn't think she would be happy about it. Then I had to come out at work, which became a disaster. And, in thinking about it, people wonder, why do you take such a risk? And the issue is that it really was something that I had no choice over. It was either do it or die, and I didn't want to die. So I felt the best thing for me was to transition and to make the best of it and to do the best for my family and always be there for my son. And that's all I could do. That's all I could do. Love you. Bye.